Hi. So there was an activity I did with a group of people last year that taught them how to read their birth chart using tarot cards. So we were able to create the birth chart using tarot cards, and gives you a different way to read and look at your birth chart. So I was asked if I would show my way of reading tarot cards because I added more astrology into my tarot card readings. And I've studied with 4 different people. So pulling in from different teachers and then my own astrological knowledge as well. So we'll start with the Fool. So here's the Fool. He's the 0 card. He is ruled by Uranus, which is your first of your outer planets. So Uranus, known for revolutionary. Uranus, known for being revolutionary, unapologetic, individuality. This idea of like really embracing the mystery. It can be sudden. Sometimes it can feel very shocking. So you have this guy in the card. And I like to think of you, when this card is pulled, as you're the player in the game of life. And you have an opportunity here to choose yourself. Sometimes when this card is pulled, it's a calling to yourself to make sure you're being true and authentic. Oftentimes when this card is pulled, it can feel like a new cycle is starting, and it's limitless. There is infinite possibilities. He is up and looking, and he's super happy. There is this evolution of the soul. So this is the 0 card. We haven't even gotten to the number 1. So this is like you're coming down to earth and you're going to start this journey. This is the life force that really like drives you forward through all the cards. You can think of this player as you go through all of the tarot cards, as you go through life. It's this golden thread. I also think it's kind of fun that the symbol for Uranus almost looks like the top of like an electrical fence type thing. Terrible description. But it's this electricity that flows through you, that flows through the thread of life to keep things moving. It's almost as well that with this card, you get this whisper of like, hey, trust us. Have no expectations. You're going to start this new journey. Let's give some space to anything we already know that might be stuck, and let's just drop our expectations. So in the past, often, if you know much about tarot, people are always like, take a leap, the leap of faith. More modern, you can see that he is on the edge here, but also can think about it as letting things rise to the surface that we know to be true, like deep down on a soul, unconscious level, to be true. So where you have Uranus in your birth chart, this would be the card that you would put in that house. So where you have Uranus in the house is where you put the card. And think about this as an area of your life that is a little more of a wild card. An area there that your soul is in search of an experience where you're willing to really trade innocence for wisdom. Okay? So the other thing I like to think about is this would be the house that Aquarius rules. So if it's on your 7th house, which is your house of partnerships, think about the types of partnerships you like. Is it more exciting? Is it a little less conventional? So you can start to see how these cards will work in the houses and with the houses. The other thing I really want to look at with the card too is you'll see there's a lot of imagery, and you can read a card just based on its imagery. So we have the white rose here. So white stands for purity. The rose is like passions that are raised to a higher level. He's very lightly just holding on to this. He's very happy and joyous. The dog, so you have this little dog here. This dog is like our animal self, where we just act on instinct, okay? So we also have this wand, and the wand in this card is black. Sometimes you'll see it as white. Black is also the color of all things are possible, which makes me think of the universe and how it's just a big black expanse. And it doesn't really become anything until our consciousness creates these boundaries and creates things, which you're going to start to see in the first card of the major arcana of the number one card, the Magician. You'll see his little bag here. So he's got this wand, which, by the way, the wand is a symbol of power, and he just holds it lightly. He's got this light grip, which is telling you that the unconscious is always there. The spirit is always there in you. There's always potential, and it's always ready. Your unconscious is always ready and always there for you. Remember the idea of that whisper of trust us, trust this, okay? So the other part I want you to really think about too is that he's got this bag. And in this bag, it could be that maybe he's carrying his tarot deck to pull out as he goes on his journey, or it could be that he's carrying all of his past experiences. Remember, you can pull this card at any time in your life to start something new. But this is his past experiences, maybe his past traumas, but notice he's carrying it lightly. And that's because this doesn't control him going forward, okay? Yes, the experiences are there. He lightly holds on, but he's moving forward in his life. He doesn't let it stop him. Your soul is really in search of an experience. And when you come down into earth and you become the player in the game, just remember, trust the experience. There was an innocence, and now you will gain wisdom, and it's all part of experiencing life. Thank you for tuning in. We have just started our journey. So please like and subscribe, and throughout this series, you will learn how to read your birth chart using tarot cards, and you'll expand your knowledge of tarot and astrology.